Nate's producing the show and stuff. He's like pointing at different cameras. Guys, we're playing hurt right now.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it, Chris. It's like fall camp, week 3. You're headed from individual to pods.
Oh.
Check.
Practice.
Check.
Practice makes perfect.
All right. We tried to start the show 5 seconds ago. If that's indicative of how things are going to go today, it's going to be a wild ride. The first day of training camp, the vets used to tell you this is the best you're going to feel until next off. Don't expect to feel any better. That's like the first day of Vegas. What day is this?
It's a battle of attrition, Chris.
What day is this in Vegas for us?
Time doesn't have any meaning. We're in the vortex, brother.
Wednesday, Thursday. This is like day 3.
Day 3.
Vegas.
Yeah.
You can hear in my voice. We were out late. It's not that we were drinking a lot. It's that when you're at a nightclub, I can't hear my friends. So we got to yell at each other.
Scream
the whole night.
The top of your lungs.
So we are live from the Toyota Center. This is the Little Caesars preview show.
The pizza.
From Vegas. Excuse my voice. I would love it if anybody in the media center is doing IVs. Come on over to the Toyota Center.
Trainer.
Move
it up 10 yards, Chris. We got to get this thing rolling, baby.
Seltzer. Is anybody...
Some Imodium, maybe? I don't know.
Is anybody certified? But we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're also going to talk about what's been going on here in and around the Toyota Center. We've been catching up with a lot of great friends, guys we played against, dudes we played with. Last night we hit the New Heights party.
Yeah. A lot of former teammates there, Chris. Zach Ertz, Malcolm Jenkins.
Oh, Malk was there.
Big Dom was there.
Big Dom.
Yeah.
I walked in the door and I go, all I want to see is Big Dom. That's what I said to Steve. And he's around the left-hand corner right there, just waiting.
He was checking IDs.
So Malk was there.
Malcolm was there. Malcolm slid out kind of early. He had an event he had to go to. Lane was there.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. That's the best part about the Super Bowl, man. It's just catching up with teammates, guys you haven't seen in a long time, and shooting the shit with your boys, really.
And Jordan Mailata.
Biggest guy there is.
Biggest person ever.
Biggest guy there is.
We saw a ton of celebrities last night. We saw Little Dicky here the other day. Yeah. That was like a bucket list item for Beau.
That was a big one for me. LD.
So anyways, I think we're going to get down into football here in a second. Stanford Steve's coming. Now, Stanford Steve gave us the Irish goodbye last night. So I haven't seen him since the Irish goodbye'd us last night.
Honestly,
I don't think
might have been the right move.
It was the right move.
I bet you he doesn't sound like us right now.
He's a smart man.
Move.
Yeah.
So as soon as Steve sits down, we'll be talking football. But guys, I don't think I've heard y'all's pick yet. When it comes to game Sunday, I've been asking everybody their pick. Let's set the table.
Oh.
Look at these big hats. Look at these big hats. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on set.
Wow.
Come on set.
Give Fax a merch code for
Look
that.
at this. These guys turn these things around in a day. This is incredible. Look at the size of this hat.
Ooh. Sure, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
I'm going to give this one to my dad because this actually might fit him. This is incredible, bro. Thank you. Big shout out to these guys, man.
Hey.
Dude, we had Mike Vick yesterday stop by, talk to us for a little bit. He was rocking the big hats. We got the big hats now. I'm putting on the big hat. There's no way around it.
Chris, do I look cool?
Yeah, can you pop the top out a little bit? Oh God.
There you go.
All right, we look dope.
We look dope.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, I mean, you can't miss us. We're the guys by a truck in giant hats.
See, that doesn't even fit Nate's head. That's how big Nate's head is.
No, actually, I think that looks really good on Nate. Fine. That looks incredible. Anyways, we're going to talk about the game, but real quick to set the table before we do analyze it.
And I'm going to go against Nate. I'm going to pick the Niners 27-24.
Okay.
Listen, half the people are going to be wrong. There's no shame in picking the Super Bowl wrong.
Join us.
Come on in, Steve.
Join us, brother.
Steve, get a microphone.
Organized effort.
Yeah.
How are you? Want one?
How are you?
Ron, that
sweating
much?
my ass off. All right?
Yes, guy.
Lord.
Check.
Come on, sit, Uncle Steve.
Huh?
Here you go, brother.
Want me to use this one?
You know, Steve.
What up?
I need Stanford Steve's like one of my uncles, and when he Irish goodbye us last night and left me with Uncle Ryan Rosillo.
Oh,
Yeah, it was just me and Uncle Ryan
Uncle?
Rosillo. I needed all my uncles there, and you left us, Steve. Explain yourself.
that was a maze going through that place. I was escalator up and down, and nobody's in the joint too. That didn't help. So like there was no pack, and Reed is so fast that he was going. Where's little Ralph at?
Yeah,
Ralph, is he under?
yeah.
Ralph running around like had a plan, and I'm like, you got to use the restroom. There's some hydrating going on.
By the way, there's the great James Devlin.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I said, this is too much. I'll never be able to get out of here by myself.
Steve, you made the right move. Okay, the boys
Did I?
sound kind of bad.
I did see an Instagram post with you, Beau.
Tough.
Oh,
He didn't look thrilled.
the Instagram story?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't excited to be in my story.
You know what, Chris? I got nothing to say to you, brother. I was in bad shape. That's about it.
When Nate's done with the nightclub, Nate is done with the nightclub. No, when Beau's done with the night, Nate was not done with the nightclub. We all left because Beau was like out.
Chris, I was sitting there like this.
He was tapping his helmet.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm the D-line coach. I said, we got no more bodies.
We got no more bodies.
I was
Preseason week 4.
we went back to the Win in search of a grilled cheese, and we found a grilled cheese.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
The best.
Found a grilled cheese.
I had the best bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant. The best croissant I've ever seen in my life.
Over under 3 a.m.
No, this guy wakes up for the buffet at 6:30. We get back to the room at 4 a.m.
He smelt it.
This
He
dude,
smelt it.
no. He's like, that's why he comes to Vegas.
Listen,
Have you seen the plates that?
Yes.
bro,
What was it? Voodoo French toast?
have you? Oh my God, ube banana French toast today. Absolutely, like one of the best dishes I've had like in a long time. And then, bro, I've been introduced to black lemon Gouda cheese. Bro, it looks
That's
like
fake.
chalk. It looks like black chalk.
But it tastes great.
Amazing.
Dude.
Amazing.
I'm convinced he has like a Tupperware that he's gonna put a bunch of stuff from the buffet and eat it in Virginia this weekend.
Just
Bro,
check a bag.
When we go to dinner back in VA or anywhere, Nate gets, if they have a tomahawk steak, 24 ounces, whatever it is, he gets it every time, and he takes it to-go box so he can eat for like the rest of the week. It's like,
What's wrong with that? If you're going out to eat on your boss's dime, you gotta
Get it all.
when your boss is your friend.
most expensive steak that you don't usually want to get.
What do you do when it comes to dessert? Do you get it and put it in a bag too?
No, I'm actually not a big dessert guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a dessert guy.
Maybe what is it? Espresso martini to go.
An espresso martini.
Okay.
To go.
All right.
All right, well,
You need to go.
we're going to get into the game because I think we got to strike while the iron's hot. Fellas. And everybody at home, thanks for listening. Everybody out here around the Toyota Content Center, man. Like, look at this truck. It's gorgeous. For those of you at home, it doesn't really do it justice. You got to be here. You got to see the truck. You got to touch the truck. You got to sit in the truck.
I want to drive.
Yeah, Steve just touched the truck. We got a bunch of signatures on the hood of this truck. We got some ball players. Luke Kuechly, by the way, came through here. Can I just say this? That dude looks like a president. Just run for president, Luke. You look terrific. He's brilliant. He's an alpha. He's a leader.
He's got my vote, Chris.
I'd vote. Got my vote.
Knows how to sell a product too. I want one of those.
Yeah, he was here with Q, which is a good deal because like he talked openly about it, man. Like that was tough for him. He's one of the greatest players. I was talking to my dad last night, and we both were kind of like, he's one of the best to ever do it.
No doubt.
Forever, obviously, because of the concussions and that sort of thing. But he's very open about talking about it. And I think, the Q collar stuff's great. He's hoping that prevents the next Luke Kuechly situation. So had some good guess. Now let's talk about the game.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a
Actually
game
going to do it.
Steve, I got props here.
Yeah. I got mine
I got
memorized.
information.
Or mesmerized.
I got opinions. Let's talk about who you think's going to win, and then we'll peel the onion back.
Okay. To me, the whole thing comes down to San Francisco's defensive line. I think they've been underperforming. When you go back and look at the numbers in the regular season, that group was third in the NFL at rush yards given up, 90 yards, 90. And then everybody wants to talk about sample size or whatever, but I know what I've seen, and I go back and watch it. 160 yards they've given up on the ground in 2 games. Now, with that being said, I think the world of Green Bay's and Detroit's run scheme, I think they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
When they do that, I mean, you start going Penei Sewell as an H-back, start motion like that gets some DN's eyes.
Yeah, no,
right.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like you know that, and the way they did that, and then go opposite because you got to tackle as a tight end on the backside. That's some next level stuff. Anyway, that's the game to me, because we know how hard it is to get Mahomes on the ground.
Yep.
But how do you handle the situation? You've looked at yourself the last 2 weeks knowing that that's not you.
Yeah.
There's too much pressure on Purdy, whether it's bringing heat or not bringing heat and just playing sound football. I like the matchup for Kansas City, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing it because of Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's because of Kansas City's defense.
The nice thing about the 49ers is they move the pocket so well. They have such a good outside run game that sets up all the play action, everything like that, and they have so many different utility players. And so when you're talking about the defense for the Chiefs needing to play well, let's not forget that the 49ers offense has a lot of fucking weapons and a lot of guys that they use in such unique situations. They've had 2 weeks to kind of scheme this up, so I think the 49ers will get, they might get a little bit creative offensively and use those guys in interesting situations to get one-on-one matchups.
So it's true that defense wins championships.
Absolutely.
Defense still can win championships. Great running backs can win championships. Christian McCaffrey can win a championship. By the way, I think, did Saquon?
Mark Herzlich.
Yeah.
Herzlich.
No, but I think that's Saquon.
Oh,
so speaking of great running backs, one just walked by.
Chilling.
Those guys can still make a huge difference for a team. Like, I know we talk about this stuff all the time, but San Francisco is the one team to me that could unlock the potential of going out and getting Christian.
Yeah.
So they've nailed this thing, and everything for them comes off of the perimeter run game.
Yep.
And I think Kansas City has a really unique set of skills when it comes to dealing with a team like this. You saw it against Miami. I know Miami's not San Francisco, but they can play cover 2. They can play those flats hard, and L'Jarius Sneed, McDuffie, they tackle. So if you can come down in the flat, make tackles, set edges, the question for me is, when they hit that one cut downhill, are the inside guys going to be able to keep their gap? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As gaps widen, can guys stay front side when they're supposed to be front side?
Yeah.
Can guys not backdoor things? Because that is not a terribly talented group outside of Trent, but what it is a group that's well coached, and the concepts are second to none. So I think that's a big one, is how Kansas City stops the run. I also think on the other side of the ball, San Francisco, 90 yards a game or whatever it was during the regular season, giving up on the ground. Yeah. In the playoffs, they got jumped. And that's
big time.
Yeah, it's a unique thing for them. So when you can play the game on your terms, you can run the ball on San Francisco. I don't care who you are. I really do think so. I got a ton of respect for the guys up front. I also know, as a former defensive lineman, it's not all on them. They decide, hey, they put a lot on those guys. We're gonna play with a light box. We're not going to have a ton of run support. We're not going to be pulling people off the second level to try to stop Kansas City's run game. So it's really asking a lot of these guys, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. And we've been in these meeting rooms getting ready for Super Bowls. We were talking about this on Inside. How do the San Francisco 49ers win? Sounds boring. Follow the blueprint of the Giants. Follow the blueprint of those teams that were able to beat Brady. You have to get pressure with 4. And I've been in these rooms where they say, guys, it's gonna be won or lost in here.
Yeah, and speaking of getting pressure with 4, I mean, you talked about the Niners defensive line needing to play well. I think a guy that needs to have a big game is Nick Bosa, lined up against right tackle Jawan Taylor, who I think he's struggled with penalties at times this year, and
a little grabby.
It's a little grabby. Kind of has had some interesting calls for illegal formation because he's lined up too far off the line of scrimmage, which he hasn't done that as much later in the year, but that's a matchup actually that I'm very interested in seeing. Big fan of Bosa. I love how he rushes. I love his fucking stance, Chris. I think it's iconic. It's awesome. So
like an armadillo.
Is he lower than his brother?
That off arm being up is the thing that I love.
It's funny. They're similar but different. It's everything Nick does is so overwhelmingly like power centric, and Joey has a lot of edge stuff. That he kind of leads with.
That slippery.
He's got the long arm.
Yeah.
Where you don't really see Nick sink that long arm as much as Joey.
No, he's more compact.
Yeah. So, I mean, great rushers. Armstead, not who's the guy they got from Philly?
Javon Hargrave.
Javon Hargrave's been great. Obviously, Armstead's a beast, but Kinlaw's played pretty well. Like last year, Kinlaw was part of the reason I thought they lost that NFC Championship game. They couldn't put the fire out in the run game. So these things pop up for them. They pop up late in the season, and it's the same thing with the quarterback. I think the quarterback deserves a lot of respect. Brock, I think this whole conversation has been too polarized.
Oh.
It's like he's either got to be a top 5 guy or he's trash. Guess what? It's neither. He's a good player, dude, and he's good enough to win them a championship, and he makes plays off script. That's why I want to remind y'all, he is a game executive, not a game manager.
Whoa.
And by the way, being a game manager, I know Cam was talking about this and all this stuff, but like, it's not the biggest slight in the world. To manage an NFL game, you got to be a stud. Like, I think there's a little bit of a misnomer here. I'm talking about successfully managing games for a winning team in the playoffs. You got to be a stud.
Yeah.
But he makes those plays off script. So if you're asking what San Francisco has to do offensively, what does Brock Purdy have to do? He has to hit those couple shots. And you never know when they come, where you get your matchup and you scheme it up and you can't miss like Jimmy did.
Yeah.
And I think everybody remembers that throw. That's what the game came down to. It was 2010 with 7 minutes to go.
Purdy's got a lot of options of guys to hit though on those shots. A lot of weapons.
That's what I look at is Shanahan with as many toys as Brock has to play with. How does he get too cute?
Yeah.
Like if you bust a run for 12, it feels like the Niners never come back to that. Like, just come back to it. You obviously did something well there. The guys liked it.
Yeah.
And everybody likes a little success. It's just, I think the one thing, and listen, the best thing that could happen out of this is Kyle Shanahan wins the Super Bowl and Brock Purdy. That's the best storyline there is. Now, what has everybody done? They've gone the other way and made Purdy the story. So now, if it doesn't work out, guess what's coming Monday?
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm actually rooting against. I want the Niners to win. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think they have the goods to do it.
More great running backs. Adrian Peterson.
Legend.
He nearly separated my shoulder. About my size. What's up, big dog? Firmest handshake in the whole convention center.
Break your hand.
Oh, my goodness.
Break your hand.
He's a beast, bro.
Why I oughta.
But I think what I hate is like what we do with Josh or Lamar after they lose. You lost to Patrick Mahomes. He's Michael Jordan. It's hard to beat this guy. When the offseason starts for a team and they lose in the playoffs, the first question I'm asking is the quarterback capable of winning games in this league in the playoffs? And with all these guys, I would say the answer is yes. And Brock, especially in the NFC. So, for me to engage in that conversation, he'd have to play terrible.
Yeah.
Not lose the game, but play terrible. And he has played poorly early in games this playoff run.
Yep.
But I thought he made the plays late in the Green Bay game.
Yep.
No doubt.
I love Jordan Love. I think he's going to be awesome. I'd take him over Purdy. But that day, Purdy outplayed him late.
Yeah.
And Purdy made plays late in that game with his legs. He made them the next week with his legs. They found the matchup. So
and the other thing that feels like it's cooking, guys, and you guys would know way more than me in the locker room of the Niners. Look what they came out. They got the 1 seed, right? Coasted to it. Got humbled against the Ravens, right? We know we just talked about the comebacks they had to do, but they did it.
Yeah.
And they hadn't done it in Shanahan's era. Then, on top of that, your core guys lost in this game to these same guys. A couple years ago.
Yep.
Like that thing. I mean, you've seen the video of Kittle talking about, I got to get back here.
I will be back. I will be back with a vengeance.
Like, that's the one thing that's brewing.
Yeah.
That, like, even if they do get down 6 or 2 possessions, if it's early enough, I do not doubt the Niners at all. But it would. I'm sure they're saying the same thing. It'd be nice to play with a lead.
So right now,
question.
Then you got all
That's
your
what they're
choice
used
play
to.
with.
And then you can rush 4 and then the walls start closing in because no passing downs and that sort of thing. I think what's interesting, the last Super Bowl, Kansas City went on 4th early. Last week or 2 weeks ago, it feels like a year ago, but Baltimore, Kansas City, early in the game, both those teams were trying to figure out what the pace of the game was going to be. Are we going to play in a shootout? I think both teams thought it was going to be that incorrectly. And I think this week is going to be interesting to see how these coaches play these gotta-have-it situations.
Yep.
Right? Like, are we nervous about this? We gotta steal possessions, or we gotta do this or that. Like, I don't know how they're thinking.
so how do you feel about the stat that Patrick Mahomes has only lost to one quarterback in the playoffs, all of his playoffs?
Joe Burrow.
Tom Brady.
No,
Tom
he
Brady
lost to Joe Burrow.
Oh, and
Yeah, Burrow and Brady.
Joe.
That's
Yeah,
it.
2.
It's elite company.
That's it.
But all that is like, for instance, look at that game against Brady. It's one of the best games. At 2018,
Yep.
I think it was. If D Ford doesn't jump off sides, he don't line up off sides. Like they're winning that game. So we're so close to talking about him on even a higher level.
Yeah.
And like that's look at all the times Brady went and didn't win. I don't hold that against Brady. He's the GOAT. But it's hard. And so, like, for Patrick Mahomes to have that kind of record that you talk about in the playoffs, in the AFC.
And that's what's scary. Mahomes is playing with house money right now.
Yeah, house money.
Going on the road twice, winning, knowing that he's already been there, like, it's probably actually really fun to him.
Yeah, it's different. It's like,
hell yeah.
This road has been.
Count us out. Count me out. People were counting him out. And, people were talking about, they can't win at Arrowhead. Did you see them play at Arrowhead late this season? They weren't great there. They lost the Raiders. Raiders didn't throw the ball for 3 quarters. It's like they got the playoffs. They just flip that switch. Guys start catching the ball.
Yeah.
You get guys off the field that you're like, and this is what championship teams do. I think a really interesting battle in this game is going to be, Wilkes cover 3. Are you going to run those post wheel concepts that they ran in the Super Bowl last time to try to attack cover 3? Flood zones.
Shit, and they ran post double wheel against the Ravens,
right? But I think they go back to that, and I think in this situation, it's one of those things where if you can get them out of cover 3, they're going to be like fishes out of water, man, because you're going to be able to run the ball into those box counts. You're going to be able to make them uncomfortable, pick them apart underneath. That's the one thing Mahomes has decided, hey, fuck it. I'm not worried about, I don't have to take a million shots. The shots will come, but like against the Ravens, they took the profit. Yo, what's up?
But Chris, one of the interesting things is we talked about all the weapons that the Niners have. It doesn't feel offensively, besides Mahomes.
You guys carry this. I'm gonna say what's
as many weapons offensively for the Chiefs. There's only really one guy that the Niners defensively have to shut down, right? And Kelsey.
Yeah, when you and they have options
that
to do it too.
Right.
That's what's really cool is the idea of Kansas City and how they go about things.
Yeah.
The versatility of that defense. I mean, everybody talks about moving Chris Jones out on top. But what they've done on the back end, I mean, Snead, what he's done and being able to just take one side of the field, like that's old school stuff where you say, all right, you're good over there?
Good.
All right, I'll take care of this side of the field.
And they're not afraid to blitz either.
And he's going up against the best in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The receiver, I mean, it is just absolute shutdown. That it's not even
Snead?
an option.
Are we talking about Snead? We're talking about L'Jarius Snead. Let's go. That dude is a dog.
Oh,
that dude is a dog.
And don't forget that this preview is brought to you by Caesars.
Yep.
Pizza.
And I'm hungry.
I
haven't eaten breakfast. I would eat a little Caesars pizza right here. If anybody has an IV and a little Caesars pizza, I would eat just the pizza right here.
Blend up the Little Caesars pizza and put it right in my vein.
Did Reed get another IV today yet?
No.
Just yesterday?
Yeah. I don't know what's up with all the employees getting an IV. I can't get a damn IV.
Ha! IV and IV. Bring them here.
Right guy.
I need some Toradol, Doc.
I need some vitamin T.
Pro football
They put Toradol in these IV bags here. When you get these IV bags, they'll come up to your room, give you vitamin T.
Yeah.
You feel all better.
Someone's missing out on marketing money because why?
There we go.
They should have
set up.
Roll it around Radio Row.
Yeah, should have set up.
Hey, the other thing is,
What's your props?
My props. Let me pull them up.
I got one for you.
Oh,
I just want to bring this up before we get into the props because I think the San Francisco practice situation is a big deal.
You do?
I do.
oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Alternate take. They're going to have some fresh legs because they pulled back in practice a little bit.
Well, because they're worried about getting to full speed on like crappy turf.
You need one day to just go full go and be like, I'm good there. And the second week of a Super Bowl.
You need one day for sure, but I also think I'm coming from a standpoint of being a D lineman where you kind of know you're going through the motions on some things. You're getting your fits.
Speak for yourself, Chris.
These guys on the edge out there, skill guys, I feel like they need to feel the routes, the timing, the pass game. It can be thrown off if you're out there practicing on BS.
And
then it's not cap. It's not cap. How do you know it's cap?
I mean, I feel like it's a little. I do understand it, the footing and getting your foot right, and maybe knowing like what cleats I'm going to wear and things like that.
If it's cap, why did they move the practice?
I don't know.
Why didn't they just stay there?
Because they complained about it.
They moved?
No, they moved the practice. I think they're moving them, and they've been practicing in the morning, which is different for them. It's like it throws your whole. I'm just saying, like
that's the thing that screws up everything is they couldn't go over to the Raiders because of the Super Bowl week schedule.
Yeah,
but
the Super Bowl is an outlier anyway, Chris. Like anytime you have practice, like there's so much shit going on. There's distractions left and right. Like you're not going to be in your usual game day routine, or game week routine. Like it's just not possible in this environment.
See, from the outside looking in, you guys know way better. I didn't think it was a big deal because I figured you got your work in before you came here.
Yeah,
and this week is literally. Seriously glorified walk.
The hay's already in the barn, Stanford.
Right?
Like
I don't know about a glory. I'm just saying some of the guys out there, the skill guys, they really do need that timing. I just worry about the timing for them. So I'm not saying it's going to throw them off a lot, but what I am saying is when every inch of an advantage you can get this week and staying normal
I got you.
matters. Like that's what this whole week is about. It's like everything around you spinning. How steady can your hands be? How normal can the script be? How normal can the schedule be? It's not going to be normal, but
Chris, what do you say we get into some prop bets on Little Caesars preview show?
Where's the crazy bread?
Let's do it. Okay, I'm going through here.
What you got?
Honestly, just now taking a peek.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you what jumps right out at me. Okay? Rushing yards.
Ooh.
Samuel over 16.5. What do you think about that?
It's funny. I was asked this yesterday. It could be a one-play
one
deal.
run.
That's
one play.
That's one.
But
that sweeps.
But if it's a negative play, does he get another carry?
Well, that's a good question.
Like that's the magic of it. And for people that got the quicks and want something real quick in a bet, that's the one.
That's a good one to take.
Get it with one.
Yeah.
But if it goes negative, I don't know if you're getting another attempt. I really don't.
Let's see. Pacheco over 67.5. I like it.
For sure.
I like it.
I like
you
Pacheco.
talked about the Niners defense struggling against stopping the run.
I like Pacheco MVP.
Ooh.
I would put some sack props in. Like Bosa minus 111.
Yeah.
If it's not him, maybe it's one of these tackles.
How about Niners over under 2.5 sacks?
I'll go over. I mean,
really?
I think throughout the course of the game, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem for Kansas City. I think Mahomes is going to be able to navigate out of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I also think over the course of the game, they might just steal a couple freebies, run them out of bounds once. That's what scares me about that whole thing. So.
What down they come on to.
But I think whatever
obviously.
What's the Chiefs sack prop? Because I think they get home.
Yeah, I actually think it's the same.
The thing I love about Chris Jones is you can put him outside. That's a nightmare. I mean, this guy lined up over a tackle. Any tackle is a mismatch. But McKivitz, I was on Inside the NFL, and me and RC were talking. I was like, I really want to talk about McKivitz today. He's like, people aren't going to know who that is, but you got to qualify that. It's the right tackle. Nobody's thinking about the right tackle for the Niners. But nobody was thinking about, what's his name? Mike Remmers.
Yeah.
Before he played Von Miller in that Super Bowl. And you see how big of a deal a mismatch like that can be. And I know Chris is a tackle, but I think moving him out to end, that's the play.
Yeah.
That it was the Buffalo game. If Josh has a tick longer, he's gonna put that ball on the money, and they win that game. But Chris Jones out at end, knocking I don't know, is Dawkins back?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, let's look at specials.
I got one for you.
What you got, dude?
Give it to me. Prop
Plus 6,500. Any offensive lineman to score a touchdown.
What are you putting on that?
touchdown.
Just a light bet. Like
Little nibble?
anything between
My
5
dude
and
said fat guy
$20.
touchdown. We prefer big man touchdown.
Thick
We
six.
prefer big
Thick
man
six.
touchdown. A thick
A
six.
thick six. That's what we call it.
That's what they call it in the book. I'm just fucking with you.
I just think these offensive coordinators putting these tackles on the end and
The
doing
worst thing about football, offensive linemen taking touchdowns away from tight ends.
Hey,
Worst thing
tight end
in
guy.
football.
Wait.
I don't know if
Hold
the
on.
ends from the Chiefs have gotten enough shine, in the media. They're kind
Can
of
somebody
underrated.
Somebody explain something to me. Is this a typo? Flyover over 4.5 planes.
Chris, here's the thing.
What the fuck's going on?
I don't know
with
if
the
it's
flyover. It's
At Radio Row yesterday,
the game is indoors. No,
well,
Todd Bowles. We play indoors.
We
don't
play
you?
inside, right? Yeah.
Like you give me these props. Hey, Reed. Reed's right. They play indoors.
the Air Force people were here yesterday at Radio Row, and
How many were there?
that's
Like
exactly
6,
what I was
7.
saying. I was talking to the mechanic.
Oh,
I saw 2 pilots, and I saw a lot of crew, and so I was kind of doing some research. So I'm honestly, I think I'm going to take the under on that.
Ooh.
yeah, no shit.
A little
We're inside.
insider.
Was it 4 planes?
What are we talking
4.5
about?
is the line.
What, am I confused?
I'm confused too, but I'm
Why
not
are people
overthinking
acting
it.
like this
It's
isn't
under.
confusing?
Because they put the history out and it's been over.
The flyover.
It's been like 5, like it's been 6 at a time.
What are they
All
doing?
the way up to
Nobody in
9.
the stadium can see the plane.
Bro, but it's the theatrics of it all. It's just
I think it's
That's the
necessary
shot.
part of
Is
the
it
big
the
game.
view shot?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
They
saying
with CBS though, and only show 2.
So I'm understanding this. It's one flyover, and we're asking how many planes.
How many planes? How many
Okay.
planes are in formation? I'm thinking it's 3, based on my knowledge.
Shit, at Army Navy, the way they do it,
Yeah.
the Angels come. They time it up where they come out the direction the team's running out in the
Yeah.
field.
We were all at that game, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
So they run out this way, but then Blackhawk they come across.
No way. No way.
Dude, they're this. It looks like they're in the stadium. I don't know.
Fight of the fucking
That-
Valkyries,
I would've
bro.
had to-
The choppers are loud.
I wish.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm taking the under on that, Chris. There's gonna be 3 planes.
I'll take the
talked
under
to
with you.
guys.
I didn't even know we could bet.
Hammer that shit. Yeah.
or B.
I'm all the
Yeah.
way in.
Just a
Hey, put it in now. Under 4.5 planes. Flyover
Love the
prop.
anthem.
All right, the anthem.
Reba rips.
Reba rips. I'm going to take the over, and I hope she takes every last second.
I'm taking the under. She's a consummate professional. She's in and out. It's not about her.
Oh.
9.5 like that. That's quick, man.
Yeah.
She's a country star. That kind of scares me that it's so low because people are going to be on the over.
Yeah.
Under.
But
Sure.
I think I'm going to take the over anyways. How about Usher first song?
Oh, I've been thinking about it.
Nice and slow.
Yeah is plus 255.
So
My way
Max and I
plus
talked about this.
225.
It's going to be Love in this club.
Oh, that's
No.
a good one.
Too slow.
He has to play Confessions Part 2.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Oh,
Yo, what up, dude?
Coach
Oh.
Reed.
Coach, that's a look. That's not really.
Yes, yeah, it is. So, Coach,
Oh, it's-
Nuggies.
Look at this guy. Great, Coach. You look great. You look awesome. I just carried my microphone because there's a guy that looks just like Andy Reid here.
Does it?
Incredible. Hey, congrats on everything. Yeah. Yeah, hey, Pacheco this week. Okay, good. I'm hammering the props. You didn't hear that. Okay.
That's funny.
Andy Reid look alike. That was insane.
We got to get.
I've seen him before.
How about them Nuggies?
Hey, yeah, explain it to me again with those nuggies.
Oh, man, yo.
So, last one of my favorite props, Gatorade color. I hit this a couple years ago when it was like plus 450 or something. Like it was like purple. Yeah, I hit
been the
purple.
last 2 or 3.
Clue.
I think we go red, dude, and I think that's a sign.
DJ Clue.
You love. This is your favorite game too. All the shades of red.
I hate red on red, but I'm going to bet red Gatorade at plus 350, especially because Big Reds look-alike just bless the
Put it-
set. That's a sign.
What is it? What is it for no bath?
Do you think it's going to be green?
What's the odds?
Yeah, but I can't let my bias. It's like the hardest thing about betting is take your heart out of it, huh? The number for green plus 300.
What's no bath?
No bath plus 1,600.
I say before the game, the Vegas groundskeepers go in there and say, "Hey, we don't want any extra Gatorade on our turf, and there might not be any bath."
Really?
Maybe.
That's your theory.
Maybe.
Plus 1,600. A little
never
sprinkle,
know.
Little sprinkle of no Gatorade bath.
I'm going orange, Chris.
Orange.
All right, anytime TDs. Let's give out a couple anytime TDs.
Check.
How about a Kadarius Toney anytime TD? Just to be sick. Just to be
I
the
love
sickos that we are. Let's just bet Kadarius Toney anytime touchdown.
If you really
want to light my money on fire or have the best moment.
If you really want to be sick, bet it last touchdown, Kadarius Toney.
That's disgusting.
I'm going Justin Watson anytime touchdown.
Love it.
I like Justin Watson.
Yeah, I played with him in Tampa.
I'm not gonna.
What's Noah Gray?
Noah Gray is. I know Nate's
He's not on the first page, so that's good.
Yeah. I know Nate's going to be putting in multiple defensive touchdowns. He's going to be praying for the downfall.
You already know.
Was it Bolden scored last year?
Bolden? Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Off the fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know who you're asking about.
Noah Gray.
How about a Sky Moore? First touchdown plus 4,400.
Wow.
How about I have a nice little parlay? Sky Moore anytime touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk anytime touchdown at 11,000 plus 11,000.
Ooh.
So $5 to win almost $600.
This guy's got the craziest parlays in the whole convention.
$5 hollers.
I had a guy with the honors last night.
Yeah.
had a prop. He had Lamar MVP. He had McCaffrey Offensive Player of the Year, and he had T.J. Watt Defensive Player of the Year and lost.
Oh,
bro, it was nuts. Here it is, 25 to win 58,000.
Wow,
dude!
Wow.
I know a guy that had a huge ticket on Jalen Carter to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I'm super sad.
Oh,
but I understand because Will, who we just saw, had a great year. I also think Kobe Turner had a great year. It was tough decisions on the defensive side of the ball this year. Those guys balled out. I think Jalen Carter is going to be incredible, but that was just a bad year for that defense. As time went on, it's hard to give it out, I guess. I'll admit, even though the guy with that ticket, but I did get the Flacco Comeback Player of the Year. Got that in about 2 months ago, so that felt good.
He needed a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was it.
And I don't know if he could have done it.
No. No. But I think that's going to be it for us for the live show, for the preview show, which is, of course, brought to you by Little Caesars and Toyota. Look at this truck, guys. Touch the truck. Come by. Touch the truck. See the truck. It's massive. Michael Pittman Jr., who's a big body, was sitting in here yesterday, no problem. It's a Tacoma, folks. Toyota, best trucks on the road. Little Caesars, best pizza in Las Vegas.